Hello and welcome to this special news bulletin from the Christian Institute. This week, judges at the Court of Appeal in Belfast ruled against Asher's Baking Company in an oppressive use of Northern Ireland's equality laws. The court said that the MacArthur family, who own and run Asher's, discriminated against customer Garth Lee by declining to decorate a cake with the slogan "Support Gay Marriage." Judges recognised that the family did not refuse the service because Mr. Lee was gay, but despite this said refusing the order because of its slogan was direct discrimination. Speaking after the ruling, General Manager of Asher's, Daniel MacArthur, said his family were extremely disappointed, but remained thankful to God.
We are extremely disappointed with today's ruling. If equality law means people can be punished for politely refusing to support other people's causes, then equality law needs to change.
Daniel and his wife Amy also gave a Sky News interview where they said God had been their rock during this hard time.
You've been at the centre of the media spotlight for a couple of years now. What impact has this case had on you as a family?
I think it's fair to say it's been a hard time, but God has been our rock, and it's just through our trust in Him that we've been able to be unshaken and unmoved by it. He's really used this time to strengthen our faith in Him, and that's only been a good thing for us as individuals, for our marriage and for our family. So we're just very thankful that He's used a hard thing to bring about a lot of good in our lives.
Well, Deputy Director for Public Affairs at the Institute, Simon Calvert, joins me now to discuss the ruling. Simon, obviously this is a very disappointing result. How are the family?
Well, they are disappointed, obviously, but I have to say, having spent time with them, they're remarkably resilient. You know, when Daniel says that they put their trust in God, they actually really do. And so, although I was devastated by the ruling, actually spending time with them on Monday after the ruling encouraged me because they were fine. They obviously didn't want that ruling, and they're obviously very disappointed. But they have a genuine peace about them as a result of their trust in Christ, and it's inspiring, to be honest, to spend time with them. They are pleased, we are pleased that at least the court did recognise one thing, which was that they didn't turn Gareth Lee's order down because he was a gay man. The court recognised that, as Daniel has always said, it was never about the customer, it was only about the message. But of course, the crazy thing about the ruling is that the court have said, oh, by not agreeing to do that message, you've discriminated. The fact is they turned the order down because they couldn't help endorse the campaign for same-sex marriage. And, the world now knows that to be true. And I think 9 out of 10 people think that the court just got its ruling flat wrong.
So what does the future hold after this ruling?
Well, I think most people would not want the law to remain in this state. Equality law is meant to be there to protect people from discrimination, not to force people to associate themselves with campaigns that they totally oppose. I think a lot of people feel that equality law is, rather than being a shield to protect people, it's become a sword with which they can attack people who take a different view from them. So you've got to be concerned about what the wider ramifications could be. We instructed a QC at the beginning of this campaign, and he raised the question, what happens to a Muslim printer who's asked to print cartoons of Muhammad? That would be profoundly offensive to him. But if this ruling stands, does that mean he would have to do that? Or what about the Roman Catholic baker who's asked to do a cake that says support abortion? So there is a risk that any company whose owners actually believe that their creative output says something about them, that those people are going to be put at risk by this ruling. So the law needs to change, and of course it's open to the politicians to change it. Of course people are asking us about whether there will be an appeal. The answer to that is that we will sit down with the MacArthur family and with their lawyers, and their lawyers will advise on what options there may be for an appeal, and then the family will make their decision about whether they want to pursue any of those options. And that's a process which is going to take weeks.
Simon, thank you. All of us at the Institute would like to give our heartfelt thanks to those who have prayed and given to the Christian Institute's Legal Defence Fund, which supports the Asher's case. It has been a privilege for us to stand by the MacArthur family in their gracious and faithful witness for Christ. Well, that's all for this week. For more information on the Ashers case and all of our stories, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.